Today, Cabinet was updated on SAGE's advice on the progress that we've made to date. And as a result of the social distancing measures that we put in place, the R level, which signifies the rate of infection, is now between 0.5 and 0.9. The overall number of new cases has been steadily falling, and the rate of deaths is also steadily falling. Now, just to be clear about what all of this means in practice, the virus is not beaten yet. It remains deadly and infectious, and we're working very hard right across government and with local government to bring it down in areas of concern, like in care homes. And I'm confident we can do it, and we will do it. But because we held firm 3 weeks ago, we are now in a position to start to think about the next phase in this pandemic. So this weekend, the Prime Minister will set out the next steps which we can responsibly take over the following weeks, guided by the scientific advice and mindful, as we've said right from the word go, of taking the right decisions at the right time. Now, we can start setting out how we will live and work whilst maintaining the necessary social distancing rules. We can also be clear about those measures which are still necessary to prevent a second peak. The Prime Minister has been directing ministers and our teams of officials right across government to carefully develop a roadmap for the next phase. It contains appropriate measures to be taken at appropriate milestones, subject to very clear conditions. And there will be detailed guidance to help inform, advise and reassure the public, businesses and other organisations. To get this right, we have set milestones. Some changes can confidently be introduced more quickly than others, and some of those other ones will take longer to introduce. In relation to the BME question, we'll take decisions as policymakers when we've got clear advice from PHE on the causes and the implications and what we could responsibly do. I think that's the responsible thing for ministers to do. In relation to any next changes or any second phase, look, we're going to be guided by the evidence. We've had updated evidence from SAGE. There's further evidence that is coming through, and we obviously have to take those decisions at the right moment in time based on that evidence. Whatever's been reported in the newspapers is not a reliable guide to either the evidence that we're getting or the policy decisions that we'll be taking. And so that's why it's very important that Prime Minister on Sunday will set out a roadmap. I think it's safe to say that any changes in the short term will be modest, small, incremental, and very carefully monitored. And as of now,